Guten Morgen, or good morning to everyone. Welcome to the 2010 Firebird conference. This time we've chosen a location nearby our office. So our office is about 25 kilometers away from here. It's a little bit easier for us. Some people already told me that it's hard to find a location where the local soccer team play well football at the moment. Munich is definitely not a good choice at the moment, but Bremen is also not a good choice at the moment. If you want to know more about the local soccer team, just ask Andrea Schmidt from the staff. She will know about it and she can tell you about that.
But she doesn't want to.
Okay, she doesn't want to, but if you ask. Firebird conference. Where are we? We are here in Bremen, nearby northern Germany. We are located here in the Mercedes-Benz Zentrum, and I will spend some words about how this day, the first day, will be handled, and what you can expect from this day. First of all, the session plan should be always visible on the large screen in front of the room here. The screen outside this room, the television screen. But you can always ask the people what happens here. Here is room number 1 or room number A, and behind that you find room number 2 or room B. And we have the possibilities to start with a session from Vlad Horzu. I tried several times last year already. Don't know if it's almost acceptable from your side, but I think everybody knows who he is. One of the core developers, one of the really experienced guys. So if you ask him a question about technical details, it might be that you lose his connection already after 1 minute, but he can still explain you everything. He will start with a session, new features in SQL language. So the session will take about 1 hour. And the rest of the first session we will use for a small discussion where we simply want to know from you, what do you expect perhaps from next versions? I think we had in the last years already good points where people were asking, for example, for features like, I had yesterday evening a discussion already, like partitioning. And I think there are several good reasons why Firebird does not support partitioning at the moment. And perhaps when you have, for example, some questions like this, we can discuss this already from the perspective of what we perhaps all want to have in Firebird, and perhaps we can get some answers why partitioning is not such a good thing, or why one or the other feature is not such a good thing, and perhaps also not needed in the Firebird database. The second session, database conversions, UTF-8 and other character set targets, will be done by me, and I will take the chance to give you some informations about how to switch, for example, a complete database to a different character set. I want to show you some basic technologies, how to convert a database into a different database. For example, a lot of people want, for example, a conversion of a database to a UTF-8 database. And when you have, for example, an existing database and it should be converted automatically, there's currently no official tool that handles all this automatically, but there are some technologies that you can use for that. The session in room B will be switched. I have to talk to some speaker who will take the place for this, because Roman is not already here. He will come tomorrow morning, and so we have to switch his session with one session from tomorrow. I will ask one of the speakers about changing with a tomorrow session, and we will see about the changes right after the session. After that, we always have some lunch breaks and so on. We should have enough time to talk to each other. If you have questions to any of the speaker, to anyone else you are interested in to talk with, feel free to do so. We have always coffee breaks, a lunch break, and after the lunch break, we will start with 2 sessions. Jiri is correct. Jiri, yeah. He will talk about new features in the .NET provider for Firebird. And Frank Ingerman will show you some technologies managing recursive tree-like data structures with Firebird. And these are both, depending on your focus of your own development, for sure, really interesting technologies, especially also the recursive tree-like data structures is often a problem from my perspective, that I know that a lot of people do not even know that it exists in Firebird. On the other hand, when you see a SQL statement where you do not already know the first 10 words, you might sometimes switch off and say, okay, I do it in my own way. But there are really powerful features, especially for tree-like data structures. This is a two-part session. So Frank will start in the first session at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the second session will go directly after the coffee break again. And Jiri will talk about .NET provider, and there are a lot of possibilities also from .NET perspective people. I heard from a lot of people in the past that when they think .NET, they only think, okay, Microsoft, Visual Studio, Microsoft SQL Server, and that's all. But it's definitely not the case. It's not. It's really a good implementation for .NET programmers to have the Firebird server active. We have also a session how to replace interface with Firebird from our sponsor Better Office. Even if you do not use interface, it might be interesting for you, because we will see, for example, also some basic informations about what you find inside a Firebird installation, how easy it is to install a Firebird server automatically, and not only with the setup. And we have some functionalities to distribute databases also. And we have also a lot of experience with people who already exchanged interface by Firebird. And none of them until now was going back again. After that, we have a last break, and we have a final session where I will demonstrate you some technologies to write UDFs using the Pascal language with the Lazarus and FreePascal compiler.